Hello, welcome to our very first DIP video. I'm very excited to see how you do, and I'm sure you're excited to be able to teach yourself. So the first thing I need you to do is reach into your desk and grab your old homework notebook. Pause this video and please do that. Now that you have your notebook out, what I would like you to do is cross off home and add Word. This will be your brand new WordWork notebook. You can see what I did to Yahira's notebook. So please pause this video and take a second to do that. Okay, once you have your notebook labeled, what I would like you to do is to open to your first two-page spread that is blank. And you are going to set up the first page for your spelling pretest. And you can see how I set mine up. Please pause the video and do that. Okay, now that you have your notebook set up for the pretest, we are going to take the pretest. I am going to read a word to you, and then you are going to try to spell it in your notebook. It doesn't matter how well or how hard it is for you, just do your best. Are you ready? Okay, and again, you can always pause if you need to. Number 1, operate. If I were a doctor, I could operate on you. Operate. Number 2, claim. We spent a lot of time in reading, practicing how to make a claim. Number 3, needle. You use a needle to sew. 4, beneath. The floor is beneath my feet. 5, foggy. It is hard to drive when it is foggy outside because it is hard to to see. 6, gasoline. It costs a lot of money to put gasoline into my car. Number 7, 80. 80 is 8 groups of 10. 8, freight. Freight. Semi-trucks carry lots of freight. 9, complete. You can use dip time to complete your schoolwork. 10, scary. Halloween shouldn't be too scary. 11, neighbor. You may go to your neighbor on Halloween and ask for candy. 12, daily. We have a daily routine where we do a do now every morning. 13, screen. The windows have screens so bugs cannot get in. 14, police. The police are here to protect us. 15, explain. If you raise your hand, I can explain what I mean. 16, feature. Non-fiction articles have many interesting features. Straight. You may use a ruler to draw a straight line. 18, memory. The more you read, the better memory you will have. 19, contain. Your pencil case contains many of your supplies. 20, populate. The Incas used to populate Peru. Now, once you are done, you may pause the video. Okay, now what I would like you to do is to use this list to check yourself how you did on the pretest. If you misspelled the word, please circle it and write the correct spelling next to it. If you spelled it correctly, just put a check. Then, once you have finished, you will see by the dip supplies that there are piles of these spelling lists. You may grab one and put it into your notebook like you see here. The next thing you are going to do is grab the baggie that has your name on it with a bunch of index cards. I then want you to write the spelling words on your index cards. Pause the video and do it. Now what I would like you to do are to take your index cards and you're going to sort the cards or the words into two piles. I want you to organize them into piles by sounds. And I want you to read them and think about what two sounds are present in either or in every word. So there's two sounds that every word has one of those sounds in. So pause it, take a second and see if you can figure out how to sort them, and then unpause the video to see how I sorted them. Now when I look at the words, the two sounds that I feel like I hear, one of in each word, is the E sound and the A. This is the long vowel sound of E and A. So I see foggy, scary, beneath, needle. I hear the E sound. For A, I hear daily, explain, straight, contain. That is what I mean by sorting into the two sounds that are repetitive through this list. Now, if you didn't already make that sort, pause the video and sort your cards into the E and to the A sound. Now you can see how I sorted them. You see that foggy, complete, screen, beneath, needle, daily, scary, explain, and oop, I made a mistake. I put freight under E, so I'd move that over to A. And then under the A sound, you see neighbor, claim, operate, freight, I apologize greatly for my previous mistake. I have fixed my sort, and now you can see that I have sorted the words into the E sound and to the A sound. But now what I would like you to do is let's just look at words with the A sound. And you will notice while neighbor, claim, operate, freight all have the A sound, they're all spelled very differently. So if you look at operate, you see the AT and the E. But if you look at claim, you see the A and the I. Same thing with contain, you have the A and the I. Whereas in neighbor, you have this EIGH. So the next thing I would like you to do is to only look at your A cards and sort your A cards by how they are spelled. So before we sorted by sound, now you are sorting by spelling. So pause the video and see if you can do this, and then when you come back, you will see how I did. Okay, and you'll see how I did my sort. I found three major ways: the EIGH, AI, and A consonant E. And I actually had a fourth one, and that was the word scary. And I didn't put it in here, but I should have, and it should be like in its own pile. It's similar to A consonant E, but instead of E, it's A consonant Y. So compare this with your sort and see what you're thinking. Fix anything if you want to. And I'd just like to make a quick note. When I'm making these videos, I'm doing the same work and the same sorts as you, and I make mistakes. And I'm sure you've noticed a few of the mistakes I've made. I ask you to be patient, but I also want to point them out because you're obviously going to make mistakes too. And that's part of doing work, checking ourselves, and learning. Now what I would like you to do is go back to your E words and let's sort those E words by spelling, because I also noticed that these words make the E sound in very different ways. Pause the video and make that happen. Okay, so I have done the sort of the E words, and I found 4 main spellings. I found some words that end in Y, like foggy, scary, daily, memory, and 80. And as you look at the Y words, I'm wondering, do you notice something they all have in common? Okay, now go on to the next one. And the next one I have are this pattern, the E, consonant E. And when I put that dash, I just mean that there is a non-vowel there. So you see, like in complete, I see the E, the T, then the E. Or in police, we have the, I guess it's not an E, but it is a vowel. It's an I consonant E. So any vowel consonant E, I guess, makes this pattern. And in that, I see complete, police, and gasoline. The next one are the EE, like in needle and screen. And the fourth one I found was EA, beneath and feature. Well, I would say that was a lot of work, but great job on your first word work video that you are doing by yourself. This will be a study that you will do independently. At times, as a whole class, we will talk about the words, but it's going to be up to you to have the focus and the determination to really learn these words. Now, one question I'm sure is coming up is about the pretest. I bet some of you are wondering what you should do if you got most of the words correct the first time. And I think that is a great question, and I'll answer it in a couple of ways. One, if you got most of the words correct, congratulations. But it's not so much about getting them correct, it's more about studying them and studying the patterns. So throughout the week, we want to be looking at other words that have the same patterns and start to notice that about words, so that not only can you spell the words we're studying this week, but you can use this skill for new words. And if you want, as we study new words and we find other words that follow these patterns, we can add to this list, and you can have your own personalized spelling list that you will be tested on Friday. And if that's something you want to do, we can talk about that. Well, congratulations on finishing the video. Please clean up your word cards, put them in your baggie, close your notebook, and quietly begin the next activity on your dip card. Goodbye.